What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to tell you guys about the ISP Theta Preamp pedal. I'm excited to do so for a multitude of reasons, but one of which being that I feel as though not enough light is shed on this piece of gear. And I don't think that can be necessarily attributed to the quality of it or the lack thereof. In other words, I feel like this is a high quality piece of gear and just it's not marketed at all. Now, ISP is most notable, as you probably know, for their noise reduction pedals, but a lesser known fact is that they also make preamp and effects units. I personally have been using ISP's Decimator and G-String for the last 10 plus years, and I finally met up with them about 5 or 6 years ago at NAMM, maybe 2018, and during that lovely encounter, they graciously allowed me to check out their effects and preamp pedals, which admittedly at the time I didn't even know they made. But I was quite pleasantly surprised by the tones that were coming out of those little pedals. So when they recently reached out to me to tell me that they would like to send me one of these so that I could test it out in the comfort of my own home where I could actually hear it in some detail, I was pretty stoked. Alright, so what even is this thing? This is a preamp, distortion, and noise gate pedal all bundled into one little red guy. Essentially, this can serve to replace expensive tube amps for things such as live gigs. It has super high gain capabilities, but you can also, of course, dial in some nice crunch and clean tones, as you heard earlier in that little demo. And as far as the practicality of this thing goes, it's almost inarguably one of the most cost-effective alternatives to a tube amplifier head. And it can definitely hold its own in terms of the tone one can extract out of this thing, especially compared to some of the more expensive high-gain amps out on the market. As I alluded to earlier, it's very versatile when it comes to tone modification. You can shape your tone in multiple stages. So your clean preamp is placed before the distortion in the signal chain, so you can actually shape your clean tone with gain and EQ and whatnot before it hits your distortion. And then you can continue to tweak your tone after you kick that distortion on, if you do. This pedal also has the relatively unique addition of the sweepable mid knob, and if you're not familiar with that function, essentially what that means is you can pinpoint a narrow range of frequencies and then boost or cut that depending on what you do with this mid knob right here. So in summary, I guess this pedal is ideal for someone who is looking for an inexpensive alternative to a tube amp. You have a lot of flexibility with tone shaping, and you also have a built-in decimator. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. I think I briefly mentioned it, but you do have their patented decimator technology in here. And when you think about it, that's actually a really sick deal for a pedal. It's $382. That's kind of crazy when you think about all that's packed into this guy. But anyway, I'm not here to sell anyone on anything that they don't need. I'm just here to inform. So with that being said, I hope you found this video really informative and helpful. And if you did, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know. Also, if anyone else has experience with this pedal, let me know that too. I'm interested to hear what you guys think of this. I think the tones are really quite phenomenal, and I don't understand why people don't really talk about this thing that much. So anyway, here's another awkward sign off, and I'll see you again in the next one.